See, the thing is, let's suppose you want to handle multiple options. Okay, if you want to handle multiple options, you are supposed to utilize switch case. Okay, let me show you one example. Let's suppose you have already accepted two numbers. Okay, user just asked that write a program to accept two numbers, and after that what you was supposed to do is you was supposed to simply take the choice from user and do plus, minus, division, multiplication in accordance of user's choice. Okay, means the program should simply act as a calculator. Okay, that means what? User will give two numbers. Let's suppose user gave 50 and user gave 45. Understood? And after that, what the programmer is supposed to do, the program itself should ask for the option that using these two numbers, what do you want to do? Okay, if the user says plus, then addition is supposed to be done. If minus, then subtraction is supposed to be done. Understood what the program is? So till scanner in is equal to new scanner system dot in, let's suppose we have written after that. Okay, float x comma. Why am I taking float? Why? Because let's suppose by mistake user gives 50.45, then what will happen? Integer int can only handle integer values, right? The data type int can only handle integer values, but user might give what type of value? User might give decimal values also. So that is why I have written over here float. Is that clear? Now, comma. Why? Because later on we may need more variables, right? So that is why comma. After completion we will simply put a dot. It will become semicolon. Okay. Now char ch. Why char ch? Plus, minus, division, subtraction. These are the four options, right? User can give. These are the four options that user can give. Now the thing is, this is neither an integer, nor this is a word, nor this is a sentence. These are individual characters, right? These are individual characters. So that is why we will be needing a variable of which type? Character type, which can contain simply a single character. Okay. Now, char ch. After that, system dot, this case is capital, okay, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, enter two numbers. Okay. This double quote is meant for what? This double quote is meant for the compiler, that the compiler should not get inside this part. Whatever we are writing inside the double quote, the compiler should not get inside this. That means what? This will become automatically dead. This is neither a command, not a function, neither it is a keyword. It is simply that this part, this line should be pasted onto the display console. Okay. Now, as soon as this will be displayed, the user will get alert, right, that he or she is supposed to enter the values. Is that clear? Now x is equal to, okay, in next F capital. Okay, we used to write in dot next int, right? Why? Because those were for integer values. When the user will feed integer values at that very particular time, in dot next int is supposed to be taken. But right now we have taken the data type as float. Is that clear? That is why in dot next float. Okay. Now while also same thing. In dot next float. So two of the numbers have been accepted. Okay. The user gave two numbers. Enter two numbers. As soon as this line will be displayed, the user will definitely enter two numbers, and those two numbers will get inside automatically x and y. These are the variables. The number will get inside them. Clear? Now we are supposed to ask from the user the choice. Okay. Plus for addition minus for subtraction and so on. This you are supposed to write. This part is what? This x symbol for multiplication and this symbol for division. This you are supposed to write in this part. Okay. Now, since as soon as the user will see this line, definitely he or she will enter out of these four options. Any of the individual character he or she will enter. Right. After that, that particular character is supposed to get inside CH. So CH is equal to in dot next dot this is 0. Okay, this is 0. In dot next, this is again parenthesis dot char at 0. Okay, this particular line, this particular command line is used to accept a single character. Okay, since user is not going to feed all this code, right? He or she will be only feeding either plus or minus, means out of these four symbols he or she will definitely enter only one symbol, right? And because of this particular line, command line, it will get inside CH. Okay. Now we are supposed to utilize switch. Yes, switch. That means what? The value which is being stored inside CH, this value we are supposed to write inside switch. Everything over here are written in small letters. Okay, SWITCH, all in small letters. After that, bracket open. No more space. Okay. Case is plus sign. See, since this plus sign is a single character and these things are completely aligned, for words or lines we use double quotes. Let's suppose you want to display a complete line. Okay, if you want to display a complete line, you are supposed to utilize this double quotes. But if you want to display a single character, then single quote. Is that clear? Now okay, see, I need one more variable, res result. Res is equal to x plus y. If let's suppose, this means what? If let's suppose on seeing this particular line, if the user enters this symbol plus sign, then that particular plus sign will be matched with this plus sign. If both are same, then what will execute? This line will be executed. Okay, this line will be executed. After that, break. Clear? Res is equal to x plus y. Means what? If this plus sign matches with this plus sign, this particular part is to be executed. Means addition is to be done. Okay. And the result will be stored inside this variable, res. Are you all getting? Huh? Okay. After that, break. Break means what? Why do we use break? Okay, let me complete this. Now, case plus is over. Now comes case. What am I supposed to do? If user feeds minus symbol, right? If the user feeds minus, then that minus will be matched with this minus, and what is to be done? Result is equal to x minus 1, correct. And after that, break. Clear? Semicolon sign is mandatory. Case multiplication sign. See, we usually call it as multiplication sign, right? But in computer, this sign is not available. We do not have this sign in computer. Instead, X is available. Alphabet X, right? Alphabet X is available. So, now the tricky part is, we are making the user feel comfortable. Understood? Why? Because as soon as it will be displayed plus minus this 4 sign, plus minus multiplication and division, as soon as this sign will be displayed that enter this for multiplication, user will put forward which sign? X sign, right? So after that, result is equal to x asterisk y. Why? Because this is inside single quote, so compiler will not get inside this that okay, this is not a multiplication sign. Why? Because single quote is there. Single quote is used to what? This double quote is used to kill this part. Kill means what? So that the compiler do not get inside this part. Whatever you are writing doesn't matter. Compiler will not get inside. Simply this will be pasted. Similarly, This single quote sign is meant for what? The compiler will not get inside this. Whatever you have typed in a single character, that will be simply displayed. Whether it is minus, plus, whatever sign, dollar sign, okay, any symbol. Compiler will not get inside that to check what is that. Okay. Case, this is x, result is equal to x multiplied by y. This x means what? The x symbol, ABCD, alphabet, right? This x symbol. Okay. After that, break. Or else what you can do is simply you utilize this symbol only. Star mark. So user will check out where this star mark is and he or she will enter that star mark. In computer it is known as asterisk. Understood? Result is equal to this. Clear? Break. After that, case, this division symbol, result is equal to x by y. After that, default. If the user feeds out of this port symbol, if the user feeds this plus sign, addition sign, it will be matched with this particular sign, right? And accordingly, addition will be done, and the value will be stored inside result. Okay. After that, break. Break means what? If addition is executed, that means what? The user wants addition to be done. He do not want all this useless part, right? He is willing for addition. His option is addition. He wants to add the two numbers. Let's suppose user gave 40.0 and 50.45. After that, when it is asked to give the choice, the user gave this addition sign. That means what? The user is completely willing to perform addition. Then the compiler should not get inside all this thing. This will become a waste, right? That is why break is needed. So that as soon as this particular case is matched, that the compiler wants this particular plus sign to be executed, then no need of going inside all this thing. Simply after that, break will be executed and it will come out of the boundary limit of the switch. This is the initial boundary limit and this is the final boundary limit. As soon as break will come, this part will not be executed. Instead, it will come out of the boundary limit and system.out.println result. Why? Because our task is done. The user only wants this plus sign, means addition. User wants addition. So addition will be done. This part waste. After that comes out system.out.println result. Result will carry what? Result will carry the addition of these two numbers. The task is achieved, right? If the user wants this subtraction, means if the user feeds this negative sign, then this negative sign will be first matched with this sign, but both these signs are not same. It will continue forward, it will look over here, case negative, okay. This sign matches with this sign, right? So this part will be executed. After that, break. Okay, so this part will not be executed, right? Why? Because the compiler found that this negative sign matches with the input of the user. Okay, so what is the point of getting inside all this thing? So simply it will, as soon as the compiler finds this break statement, it will come out of the boundary limit, system.out.println, result will be displayed, that's it, target achieved. Understood? If the target is not fulfilled, then only the compiler moves forward. Over here, target was not fulfilled, negative sign doesn't matches with this sign, then compiler moved to this sign. Let's suppose user gave this sign, then it will match first with this sign, not same, this sign, not same, this sign, not same. At the end, it will find that okay, this sign matches with this sign. So this part will be done, break, it will come out. If let's suppose unfortunately user is very intelligent and user gave this sign, means what? Out of the syllabus, you gave the option only plus minus these four symbols, and unfortunately user gave this symbol. So this symbol doesn't matches with any of the symbol, right? That is why a default is being given. If by mistake the user gave something else, then this part will be executed. System.out.println wrong choice. Isn't it great? Why? Because the user will come to know, okay, by mistake I have input something else which I was not supposed to do. So that is why a suitable message is being displayed, wrong choice. Understood this program, all of you?
Yes.
Huh? Clear? So you can write it down onto your copies. One more thing, that is till scanner part, I am assuming that all of you do know, right? Isn't it? Scanner in is equal to new scanner system.in. Till that part you write by yourself. Okay? Next program using switch case. Okay. Let's suppose cuboid. These are three-dimensional structures, okay, shapes. Question is, write a program to find out the volume of cube or cuboid or sphere in accordance of user's choice. Okay. Volume of cube or cuboid or sphere depending upon user. If the user wants to find out the volume of cube, the volume of cube should be displayed. If the user wants to find out the volume of cuboid, the task should be done. If the user wants the volume of sphere, similarly the volume of sphere should be found. Okay. Now, till scanner in is equal to new scanner, I am not writing, I am assuming that you do know till that part, right? Okay. Now, double, I am utilizing double. Why? Because simply you can utilize float also, doesn't matter. I am writing double. Why? Because the dimension of double is much larger. It can withhold much larger value, decimal value. Okay, hierarchy. I am hoping that you do remember the hierarchy of data type, isn't it? Okay. Double is a larger container. You may think like that. Double is much larger container compared to float. Okay. Float can withhold decimal value. Similarly, double also can withhold decimal value, but of larger capacity. It is of larger capacity. Okay. Now, double x. After that, okay. Volume of cube. Two for cuboid and two for sphere. Okay. Enter 1 to find the volume of cube, 2 for cuboid, 3 for sphere. So if the user wants to find the volume of cube, he or she should enter 1. If the user wants to find out the volume of cuboid, he or she should enter 2. Understood? If he or she wants to find out the volume of sphere, then 3. Is that clear? Now, as soon as this line will be displayed, user will enter a value and that value should get inside choice ch, right? You can take this as anything. This is the variable name ch. You can write hc also, doesn't matter. None also, doesn't matter. Ch is equal to int dot next what? Int. Okay. Now, as soon as choice gets inside ch, we will start the switch. Case 1, right? Why? Because user is going to enter either 1 or 2 or 3. So case 1. Case 1 is dealing with what? Case 1 is dealing with cube. Case 2 is dealing with cuboid and 3 for sphere. Okay. Cube. To find out the volume of cube, what are the necessities? What are required? Only the side. Cube is what? Again, I have to give some mathematical knowledge to you. Cube something looks like this. All sides are same. Sides, do you know what are sides? Sides are this thing or this thing. Okay. Or okay. In case of cube, all the sides are same, and the volume of cube is a cube. A into A. Side A is the side. Okay. So system this part. You are supposed to write the whole thing. System dot out dot println enter side, right? To find out the volume of a cube, we want the side, right? So over here x will deal with side. X is equal to in dot next double. Now we have the side, right? Side cube is the volume of cuboid. Side into side into side. So to find out the volume, side cube is required. Over here VOL, volume. Volume will withhold the value. Okay, so VOL is equal to x into x into x, right? The volume will get inside VOL, clear? And system dot out dot in. Okay, this part we will do last. This part we will do last. After that, break. Okay. Now, case 2. Case 2 is going to deal with cuboid. What are the necessities to find out the volume of cuboid? Length, breadth, and height. Okay. Enter L B H. User will understand LBH, right? That much knowledge definitely user should have. Now, for these three things, we again want variable. L B H. L is equal to in dot next double. B is equal to same thing. H is equal to same thing. Clear? Now, volume is equal to L H. Why am I using the same thing, same variable? Why? Because either of the cases will execute. Both these cases will not execute, right? Either this will execute or this will execute or the third one will execute. Because break is also there. As soon as this will execute, after that break is also there. So this part will not execute. So only once I am utilizing this volume. If I am using this part, then I am not using this part. So VOL is only executed once. So we do not need vol 1, vol 2, vol 3 to withhold the volume. Understood? Single variable can do the task. Case 2, after that. Case 3. Case 3 should be dealing with sphere. Okay. To find out the volume of sphere, what is the formula? Volume of sphere formula is 4 में क्लियर किया. Now we need the value of r, radius. Why? Because the value of pi is how much? 22 by 7. Okay, 22 by 7. Or we may simply write how much? How much? 3.14. Okay, 22 by 7. 7 3 ja 21. After that, remainder 1. If we will give decimal, it will become how much? 10. 7 1 ja 7. 8 9 10. 4 8 9 10. That means 30. 7 4 ja 28. Instead of writing 22 by 7, we can write 3.14. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what should I ask from user? Radius, right? System.out.println enter radius. Okay. And we will need a variable to withhold that radius, RAD. Okay? RAD is equal to in.next double and vol is equal to how much? 4 by 3. Okay, that means 4 upon 3. After that, asterisk pi, that means 3.14. After that, r cube, that means RAD and RAD. Okay, clear? Okay, over here I have forgotten to write break. After that, default for intelligent persons. Default system.out.println non-false. No need of writing break for default. Okay. So in VOL, that is vol, we are having the desired volume. Okay. Now we should display the volume. System.out.println VOL. Right? Now let's suppose user enters 1. Definitely this part will execute till this part. As soon as the compiler sees break, it will not go forward, proceed forward. Instead, it will come out of the boundary limit. This is the initial boundary limit of switch, and this is the final boundary limit of switch. Correct? As soon as user will check out 1, if let's suppose user gave display 1, then the compiler will match for 1. Where is 1? This one or this one or this one? This one. So this part will execute. This whole part will execute. After the execution, the volume will be, the final volume will be stored over here. Correct? Compiler will not get inside all these things. Clear? Till this part. Instead, it will come out of the boundary limit. After that, system.out.println vol, which is storing the result volume. Clear? If user gave 3, that means for spare, it will match for this one. This is not matching with 3. This one not matching. Then this one. then this whole part will be executed. Right? System.out.println, enter RID, this will be displayed. After that, as soon as user will enter a value, that value will be stored inside radius RID. After that, volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So volume will be stored inside this break, that means come out of the boundary, system.out.println volume. Understood? Everybody? Understood? Yes. Right now.